Meta just quietly greenlit the largest AI-driven layoff in big tech history. 20% of their workforce. That's roughly 15,800 human beings, replaced not by outsourcing, not by restructuring, but by AI agents that can do their jobs faster, cheaper, and without a lunch break. And here's the terrifying part. Every other tech company is watching to see if it works. If it does, your job might be next. Let me explain. Here's what we know. Internal planning documents show Meta is weighing cuts affecting over 20% of its workforce. That's 15,800 jobs, more than their brutal 2023 year of efficiency purge, where they cut 21,000 people. But this time, the reason isn't we overhired during COVID. The reason is AI can do it now. Meta executives expect AI-assisted systems to directly replace human headcount across engineering, content moderation, HR operations, and internal tooling. This isn't speculation, this is internal strategy. Meta is spending over $40 billion on AI infrastructure in 2026 alone. Custom MTIA chips, massive GPU clusters, their own foundation models. But here's the problem. Wall Street doesn't care how much you spend, they care about margins. And the fastest way to improve margins when you're burning $40 billion on servers? Fire the humans those servers are replacing. And Zuckerberg has never been shy about cold math. Meta isn't alone. In 2026 so far, 55,775 tech workers have been laid off across 166 companies. That's 754 people per day losing their jobs. And when surveyed, 55% of hiring managers expect more cuts this year. 44% say AI is the #1 driver, not economic downturn, not poor earnings, AI. We've shifted from AI will create more jobs than it destroys to AI is actively destroying jobs and we'll figure out the creation part later. Now here's where it gets interesting. Remember that stat from earlier this week? 88% of companies report using AI. But only 39% see significant bottom-line impact. So why are companies firing humans for AI that mostly doesn't work yet? Because they're betting on the curve. Today's AI agents are mediocre at most enterprise tasks, but they're improving at a rate that makes Moore's Law look lazy. Companies aren't replacing workers based on what AI can do today. They're replacing workers based on what AI will do by the time the severance checks clear. The pattern is consistent across every company doing this. First wave, content moderation, customer support, QA testing, internal documentation, basic code review. These roles are already 60 to 80% automatable with current models. Second wave, mid-level engineering, project management, data analysis, marketing copy. Third wave, and this is the one nobody wants to talk about, is management itself. If an AI agent can coordinate 10 other AI agents, why do you need a human manager coordinating 10 human workers? Want proof this isn't just Meta? Atlassian, the company behind Jira, Confluence, and Trello, just laid off 10% of their workforce. But here's the kicker. They didn't just cut people, they eliminated their CTO position entirely and replaced it with 2 new C-suite roles, a Chief AI Officer and a Chief Technology and Product Officer. The message is crystal clear. The old tech org chart is dead. AI isn't a department, it's the new org structure. But there's a cautionary tale playing out in real time. Amazon forced engineers to use their AI coding tool Q for production code. The result? A cascading failure that wiped out 6.3 million orders in a single day. 6.3 million. Amazon's response? A 90-day freeze on all AI-generated code touching consumer-facing systems. So we've got Meta saying AI replaces humans, while Amazon is literally saying, actually, we need more humans to babysit the AI. These two narratives are on a collision course, and whichever company is right will reshape the entire industry. Here's the weird part for developers specifically. AI is writing 30% of Microsoft's code, over 25% of Google's code. Zuckerberg wants AI writing most of Meta's code. And yet, developer salaries at top companies haven't dropped. They've actually gone up. Why? Because right now, the humans who can effectively wield AI tools are more valuable than ever. The skill isn't writing code anymore. The skill is being the human in the loop who catches when the AI is about to delete 6.3 million orders. But this is a temporary equilibrium. The moment AI gets good enough to catch its own mistakes, that safety net role evaporates. Even the money people are worried. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink, the man who manages $11 trillion in assets, publicly predicted that some AI companies will go bankrupt. Not fail, go bankrupt. His reasoning? The infrastructure build-out is so expensive and the revenue timeline so uncertain that many companies will run out of runway before AI pays off. Meta can survive that gamble. Most companies can't, which means the layoffs might not even work. You fire your humans, bet everything on AI, and then the AI doesn't deliver the ROI in time. So, what's the realistic timeline? Based on the data, here's what I think happens. The next 12 months, Meta executes the cuts. Other FAANG companies follow with 10 to 15% reductions. Specialized AI agent platforms explode in growth. The next 2 to 3 years, the 39% ROI number climbs to maybe 60% as models improve. Mid-level knowledge work gets genuinely automated. The 5-year outlook, a permanent restructuring of the tech workforce. Fewer employees per company, higher output per employee, and a new class of AI orchestrators who manage fleets of agents instead of teams of humans. The uncomfortable truth nobody in Silicon Valley will say out loud. This isn't about whether AI will replace workers, it's about how fast. Meta is just the first company large enough and ruthless enough to say the quiet part out loud. 15,800 jobs is a rounding error for what's coming. The 2026 tech layoff number of 55,000 will look quaint by 2027. And the people telling you to just learn to use AI tools are the same people who told coal miners to just learn to code. If you found this useful, hit subscribe. I cover stories like this every single day. Drop a comment. Do you think AI replacement is overhyped, or are we sleepwalking into a crisis? I'll see you in the next one.